Hello and welcome to another episode of Saddle Up with Oakfield. On today's episode we're going to show you how to plait up using rubber bands. So I've got Blue here, who's very kindly our model. So we'll get started. So first thing is I comb through the mane and I section it up with my plait bands. So normally I would use the comb to section out my plait. So I usually about a comb's width. It depends on how thick, thin or long your mane is. So we're just going to give it a go using the width of the comb. So Blue. Bye. And then just make sure you get all the bits of hair. So to start off, I literally just bunch it up just to make it easier when we get to the plaiting. So the comb really helps, so just make sure all your sections are even, so then you'll plait it even, because you don't want one golf ball and then one you can hardly see. Ideally you just want them all even. So with plaits, they say ideally you want an odd number on the neck, so your forelock plait makes it even, but I think that's more of a tradition thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the forelock will make 8. So that's the perfect number. Right, now we'll get on to plaiting. Okay, so when I get plaiting, I use a bit of water just to dampen the mane. It just makes all the strands stick together and just make sure you get a tidier plait. So I'll just take a damp sponge and just wet the hair, just dampen it down. There are a few different products that you can use for this as well, but today we're just gonna give good old water a go. So with plaiting, you can do it so many different ways to accentuate the horse's neck. So if you had a horse that didn't have much top line and you wanted to make it look like they had more of a top line, you can sit them up. If you have a horse that has enough top line and you don't want to exaggerate it, you can sit them down. So your top strands you don't want to pull too tight because you don't want them to be uncomfortable for the horse. So I just leave them quite loose. So once you get onto the plait, is to make sure you pull it tight, because otherwise when you roll them up they just go a bit rubbish and naff. So the top bit's nice and loose, and then I'm just keeping hold of the plait, so keeping it taut as we work our way down. Blue has lovely, like the mane isn't too thick. It could possibly be a little long, but I think we'll get away with it because it's not too thick. So we'll just plait down as far as we can. When you get to the end, tuck the end of your plait up so it sits behind. It's not very tidy that, but you get the idea, so it sits behind. And there we go, there's one. Okay, so now we are all plaited up. We are going to roll them up. So there's a few different ways you can do it. I'm going to show you my favourite way. So what I do is you get your second band, you pop it over the plait and you twist. And then, just wait for the model to come back. Then you hold it so it sits behind the plait, and it looks a bit messy at the start, but you've got to trust the process. You just roll it. So you just make sure you keep your band, out, and then it's a bit scrappy, but put it up and then just a few times, and it's not great. So here is Blue, all nicely plaited up. So that is our method of plaiting up using rubber bands. As I said, we've just done this quickly on a show day. I'd probably use a bit of hair gel and slick in these little bits here, but overall I'm very happy with how they've turned out. And Blue was the perfect model. So thank you for watching. Join us next time. Bye.